I want to talk about resistance. And resistance is something that has been taught, and it's kind of like an old an old way of looking at reality creation. It's something that used to be talked about quite a bit, as in, if you have too much resistance, that it's going to feel difficult to manifest something, so you want to reduce the resistance. So then there is like this big ordeal about releasing resistance, reducing resistance, how to release resistance, what do you do? Then the idea of manifesting in steps came along to reduce resistance. For example, if you have $1 in your bank account and you want $1 billion, that creates too much resistance, so you want to manifest in steps. That was actually a lot of law of attraction teachings of releasing resistance and manifesting in steps. Like if you have no contact and you want marriage, that you should only, like now, aim for a text or aim for a date or something like that, because it's too big of a jump to go from $1 to $1 billion, from no contact to marriage, that it's too much of a jump. And that's very, we'll say, that's the archaic way of teaching it, and it's okay, but that's very law of attraction-y still, a whole resistance thing, because remember, you don't want to resist anything. In other words, in the way that you don't resist resistance or anything, because first of all, you're creating the idea. So if anybody tells you you have too much resistance, you're actually listening to someone else tell you their limitation, their limiting belief about how they see reality creation. So you have to actually assume that there is resistance as to what the problem is, as to why you don't have what you want. So first of all, you're manifesting resistance, okay? You're saying, oh, there must be resistance to it. That's why you don't have what you want. So then the step becomes, now the focus is no longer on who you are being, but now it's about getting rid of the resistance and trying to find ways to get around getting what you want, because you have too much resistance. Do you see that's just too much of, it's too messy. So when you think that you have some kind of resistance, if you have an assumption or some coach told you you have resistance, don't fight the resistance. It's acknowledge it. In fact, acknowledge it, because remember, you are all that is. So you integrate. You don't push away or try to work around or try to hack, because you're going to be so distracted with, did I release it as resistance? Is it gone now? And you're going to look for proof to see, is it there? Is it gone? So instead, what you want to do is actually incorporate, like integrate it, like, yeah, acknowledge it. Like, yeah, acknowledge it. Look right at what you think the resistance is. If you think it's too big of a jump, say, yeah, it looks like too big of a jump. It looks freaking monumental. It feels impossible. It feels like it's never going to happen. It just feels so like, what the hell, like miraculous or whatever, or I just feel weird when I say it or whatever. Just acknowledge that resistance. Acknowledge what you're feeling. Acknowledge the thoughts of, this feels ridiculous, this feels impossible, this feels out of control. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and feel it. Go ahead and call out the resistance that you think is there, because you're literally putting it there in the first place to say that it's there. Do you see? There's nothing here. There's literally nothing. You have to put the resistance there to say, I gotta fix it. I gotta work around it to get my shit. Do you see? So you want to acknowledge any feeling that you have, any thought that you have, any impossibility that you think is there. Go ahead and acknowledge it, because it's not going to stop anything. You're just allowing it to exist. You're allowing it to all be there. You don't have to do anything with the resistance. You don't have to work around any resistance. You don't have to do anything, because you're incorporating and integrating all that you are, because you are all that is. So you are everything, including the whole idea that there's resistance. Like, it's not even a real thing. You're making it up. We're making it all up. We're making every single bit of it up. So why not just integrate it? Like, yep, that's another idea that I could possibly have resistance. But guess what? I don't have to do anything with ideas. I don't have to do anything with thoughts. I don't have to do anything with concepts. I am all that is, including this idea that I have resistance, but I don't. It's there. It's a version of me. It's part of me. But I remember, it's the I am source. I am all that is. I am not these experiences. I am not the resistance. I am not the ideas. I'm not the thoughts. I'm not the feelings. I'm not even the identities. I'm not even these desires and manifestations. I am what gets to occupy any of it. I am above it all. That is you. You are the one above it all. Everything exists within you. You don't exist within it. So you can experience the idea of a resistance. You can experience these ideas. So if you want to manifest in steps, go right ahead. I'm not saying that it's good or right, bad or wrong or any of that shit. Okay? I'm just telling you that you don't have to. Now, if someone says, oh, well, you have too much resistance to go from a boyfriend or dating to no contact to marriage or the $1 billion or whatever, right? That's their limitation. Those are their limiting beliefs that they're pawning off on you. You can accept them and go right along and have great results. Or you can say, you know what? No, I don't have to agree to this. I don't have to accept anything. I'm source. I get to decide who I am, how I manifest, how reality creation works. I'm the one that decides how reality creation works. No one can tell you. I can't tell you. I just want to share with you guys that we are so unlimited that we are not bound by rules. But if you put rules on yourself and you keep listening to people with rules and their limitations, then you'll adopt those. And that's okay. But I'm sharing you're the one that's the cause of it all. You're the cause of all the rules. You're the cause of the limitation. You're the cause of those beliefs, because everything begins with you, because you're nothing. Who we really are is zero, nothing, pure potential to become anything that we want to, including creating the idea that we have resistance, including creating the idea that we have to have rules, including creating the ideas that we have to do certain things to have another thing. It's all good. All of it is good and it's all true. No one is wrong. But you must decide what is true for you in your reality, because there's no common thing. There's no like one thing that trumps. It's you trump it all. You are the reality. You are true. You are the only truth. What your story is the only truth, and that is it. You said what you said, and that's final. Period. You don't have to figure out how it could happen. You don't have to figure out when it's going to happen. You don't have to figure out anything. Why? Because you already are it. You don't have to shift to it. You don't have to align to it. You don't have to fix yourself for it. You don't have to do anything for it when you understand that you already are all things. So go ahead and integrate everything. Go ahead. Anything that you hear from any teacher, go ahead and integrate it as, yes, it's true. It's an option. That is correct. That is an option, and I get to choose and decide if I want to apply that option to my reality. If I don't, I can listen and keep swiping. It's completely up to you. And you don't feel threatened if somebody says, oh, if you don't do it, you're not going to get what you want. Those are their limitations. Those are their limitations. Don't adopt someone else's limitations unless you want to. Do it with your eyes wide open. There are no rules to any of this. You are the truth. Who you say you are is the only reality, period. I was just going to upload this video, then I came across this guy. Many of you have heard of Sailing with Phoenix. And he bought another boat, and now he's going to sail around the world in 100 days. And he said, I'm not prepared. I'm doubting myself. Every fear is coming up. I'm behind schedule. Like, he has a shit ton of resistance to everything that he's doing right now. And he said, but you know what? He said, that's how I know I'm on the right track. That's how I know that I'm about to do something amazing. That's his perspective on resistance. You choose yours. You choose yours. It's not a sign. It's you get to decide what everything means.